Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett as we move here through August. The hottest part of our summers. We're talking rain and some actually below normal temps.
That's exactly right. It's a little bit hard to wrap our heads around, but that's what we're looking at. Now, there is a possibility it could become very August-like next week, but that's a problem for next week. Here's what we're dealing with right now is we are prefrontal. We've got a cold front moving in. So just as Greg was mentioning, it looks like it's not only going to bring in some welcome rain, but it's going to suppress those temperatures over the next few days. Pleasant evening ahead. In fact, well, it's 10:17. We'll probably spent most of the evening there. Frontal system will be bringing some widespread light rain and those cooler temperatures along with it. Initially, it looked like this thing was going to be a real moisture maker for us, but it looks like it's going to break apart upon impact. I'll show you how that works in a moment. Now, once it does move through, looks like it will allow that ridge of high pressure to expand, and that could warm us into next week. In the short term, though, no worries whatsoever. We're going to be in the mid-70s. Remember, the average is 79. We don't even get close to that again until Saturday. So if you enjoy mellow weather in August, you're going to really enjoy the next few days. It's fairly mellow out there right now. 67 in Bellingham, 58 in Oak Harbor, still holding on to some mid-60s along the coast. 72 in Renton, 74s in Wenatchee and in Ellensburg. Winds relatively calm out there. Now, business could pick up overnight tonight as that frontal boundary moves through, but I've been looking at a lot of the forecast models. I don't see anything that looks like it's going to be particularly gusty because this thing really doesn't have a lot of mojo. It looks fantastic right now, right? It's perfectly formed. You can see the frontal boundary there, but as it moves on shore, yeah, it's going to just kind of bust apart here. So by the time we get to about 3 a.m., you'll notice a lot of that widespread cloud cover has made its way over Puget Sound towards the foothills, maybe a few sprinkles right over top of Everett, but the real show is in the early morning hours. This is right around 7:30, so yes, you can bet that it's going to be a wet commute out there, especially from Snohomish County southward down towards Olympia, but looks like we could see some steadier rain right up near the Canadian border. By the time we get to about midday, yep, this thing's pretty much already dispersed, and it's just putting some random showers here and there. Looks like, again, it could be more active over top of Snohomish County. Looks like we could get just a little bit of convergence out of the deal. By the time we get to about 6 o'clock, look, most of it's already cleared out. In fact, from Seattle southward, we're already going to start to see some blue sky forming there. Now we're just batting clean up and getting some of those showers pushed into the foothills there. Again, delivering welcome moisture to a region that could desperately use it. Remember, we are actually under drought conditions all the way up and down the Cascades. In fact, the entire state is under drought conditions right now, but we want that water on trees, and it looks like we'll get a little bit of that as well. Now we go to about 5:30 on Thursday. There will still be some remnant moisture. In fact, right up at the Canadian border there, it looks like some of that will hang around. But by the time we get to about mid-morning, we're just seeing some cloud cover, a few blips and blops here and there, and then that ridge of high pressure starts to expand on Friday. Timing could be any better, though. We're going to see abundant sunshine and those temperatures warming up a little bit. So are we talking about a huge rain? No. Maybe a quarter of an inch out towards Quileute and maybe about 2/10 of an inch up towards Bellingham. Looks like by the time it gets off towards the east, this thing's going to be moisture starved, so nothing to share there. Now, as far as that ridge goes, we've been blessed by these troughs that have been moving by and kind of keeping things mellow, but it looks like once this one moves through, looks like that ridge of high pressure is going to expand, and that could warm us next week. 7-day forecast shows us anything but warm between now and then. In fact, looks like the weekend's going to be fairly comfortable, and then starting Tuesday, we're going to see temperatures in the mid and possibly upper 80s.